Good day. How are you? Very well. My name is Alan Fernando Camacho Hinojosa. I am from the Technology Institute of Chile, Victoria, of the remote unit of the Soto La Marina. I will expose some topic of the industrial relations, subjects that the engineering Vilma Lisette Gaetan Aguilar taught this in the English language. Well, the topic of 3.2 definition of skill training and development, as well as 3.3 skill training and training process, and 3.4 techniques for skill training and development. To begin, I will present you as I just said the topic 3.2 definition of skill training and development. The concept of training. The training basically refers to the method to provide workers with their new or current with the skills they need to be able to perform adequately in their work. The following concept is training. This what you are looking for more than anything is that the workers develop skill and physical skill, or better said, of the psychomotor first, so that they can have good performance how they carry out daily tasks. Development. Managerial. Its purpose is to prepare employees for future administrative tasks with the organization or to solve problems of the entire organization concerning, for example, inadequate communication between departments. Organization. It is an approach to institute changes where employees they play a fundamental role in the process of changing the obtaining data, the obtaining feedback about problems and be planning solutions as a team. This can be is two ways, a managerial or organization. Now management is focused on has and objectives to prepare employees for future work within the organization or to solve problems that could be in this. And the organization, more than anything, is focused on institute changes where workers or the key in this process of changes in this or the ones responsible for providing the data as well is to solve the problems and raise the possible solution. This concept are of paramount importance to be able to understand this subject because what is meant by the skill training, which refers to the forms through which the workers will be given the necessary knowledge and the skills to be able to performance in your work, as well as to understand the training, which focus basically on the physical. It is 6 data worker can generate skill that facilitate their development or work within the company, and the development there is mentioned is to mention it an organization forms which are different rather than can in the art which under. So the following topics is the 3.3 training and training process. I am going to present you the diagnosis of skill training needs. And the first point will be to identify skills that needed to improve performance in the productivity that task. The second is to make sure that the program is suitable for the train's either adequation, experience, or skill with which this comes. And finally, to establish the objectives that you want to achieve them with the skill training. Next, I will show you the points of the didactic design. Compiled objectives, middles, audiovisual, media, description and content sequence, exercise and training activities. Make sure that all materials complement each other. This process usually results in the training manual. The first point is to establish what is needed to complete the objectives, middles, and the all necessary material, so that the skill training is carried out correctly. The second is to ensure the materials obtained as well as the information complement each other and have varied results. The third says that this process usually or in most cases results in skill training manuals that is very useful. Validation. Well, the next step will be the presentation and validation of the skill training. This is done in front of an audience. The final results are based on statistical or pilot tests so that there are no mistakes and warrant the effectiveness. Implementation. It is sometimes feasible to do as a workshop to train the instructor that focuses primarily on the knowledge and the skills that are available. In addition, the content of the skill training available to the skill training implement. The follow is the evaluation. That basically is to evaluate the results obtained through the learning, reaction, and behavior showing. Well, the above is a skill training process, which has several parts I mentioned, which begin with the didactic design, followed by validation, implementation, and evaluation. All these points are very important because it is sequence which must be followed to obtain a quality training and training guarantee, where everyone wins with the company to have workers good performance, quality work, and the workers who can have a very performance during their operation daily, and through this you can obtain benefits to your work, since inadequate training can and losses for both the company and the worker, because not know how to perform properly could cause accidents and damage. Well, then I will expose the topic that is the 3 points for skill training and development techniques. After determining the skill training needs of the worker, creating a feasible need and establishing skill training objectives, it is possible to design, validate, and implement a skill training program. The training techniques they are often used of the following way. On the job skill training, informal learning, teacher train type skill training with the simulators, and on the job skill training can be achieved when experienced worker or the supervisor trains the employee at the lower levels. Informal learning is like reading, basically at your own pace where you want to go, and you arrive just where you need to go. It provides the knowledge to do an excellent job. Teacher trained type skill training. It is a combination of academic type instructions with the job skill training where experienced worker give necessary guidance to members of the company. Skill training with simulators. This type of skill training is usually done when is high risk or cost that the apprentice practice in the workplace. Techniques of audiovisual and traditional distance learning. Distance learning through video conference, DVD-based HR strategic and skill training, similar learning, skill training via internet and learning portals, skill training based on MP3 iPod, skill training for special purpose, skill training in diversity and globalization, and skill training for work teams and the transfer of the ability to the site empowerment. Distance learning through video conference, as in the forums that are carried or to consult the opinions that diverse people have on some important topic where they interact, for example, one in Soto La Marina and the other in Victoria. DVD-based HR strategic and skill training. This is mainly done on a specific topic so that the information can last, and not only skill training but growth of people, if not several growth of the people for several years. Since the information is on DVD, simulated learning, and this state is carried out when it is dangerous to train personnel in the workplace, or it is very expensive to do, so as for example in the size of aircraft. Skill training via internet and learning portals. This is done through platform that facilitate access to all people. Skill training based on MP3 iPod. This is done through electronics means where anywhere you are simply with an MP3 you can train. Skill training for special purpose. Train employees to carry out specific activities with the organization. Skill training in diversity and globalization. Its objective is to create greater sensitivity among workers to foster a more stable and pleasant working relationship among the people who work in the organization. Skill training for work teams on transfer of the ability to design empowerment. It is due to improve the performance and efficiency of the activities they carry out so that they are able to meet the session correctly. Uh, uh, this I have just shown you are the main skill training techniques and the main training which are the paramount importance so that you can carry or good skill training in the organization. With this will be my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed everything and have understand these themes. Thank you for your attention and have an excellent day. Goodbye. Hello, Mr. Gabriel. I am Alan Camacho. So much for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for so much for meeting with me.
Of course. Did you have trouble getting here?
The truth was that here was home country.
Good. Would you like some coffee or water before we begin?
I am okay, thank you.
Alright. So to get started, we don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sir, I studied at Technological Institute of University and graduated in 2015 in the specialty of computer system engineering. After graduation, I was hired as Cisco assistant. I have been working there for the last 3 years. I am currently the director of databases administrator for the company theory. That time the sales have grown steadily for all this time that I have been working has been of great experience for me, but I have run out of space to grow in Cisco system. I am looking for new opportunities.
That's great. Can you tell me how you hear about this position?
Of course, a friend of mine found an online as he came in my station. He sent my device so they could see it.
What attracted you to our company?
To be honest, was really struck. The mess was very focused on growth. I was really impressed with your ambitious goals and the clear plan. He was to achieve those goals, but it is rumored that they pay very well and treat employees very well.
What will have your reserves? What will you say if you grade 10?
I will say that my great strength is having a great patience. I will as very punctual and very persistent since I do not give up. I have a problem unit, I solve it.
That's very good. What would you consider your great weakness?
I will say that my weakness is that I can not speak or express my ideas in front of my people since I'm used to talking with small teams.
Very interesting. Okay, well, I got everything I need. You have those about this position.
Not everything is understood.
Very good. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for coming, Gabriel. It's great to meet you. I'll give you cash in the next 3 days.
Sound good. I look forward to it. Thanks, Ada.
My pleasure. Next. Hello, Mr. Ernie. I am Alan Camacho. So much for coming.
Hello, it's a pleasure and thank you very much for receiving me.
Oscar. Did you have trouble getting here?
No. Take a taxi to have 3.
Good. Would you like some coffee or water before we begin?
No, thank you. I am fine.
Alright. So, to get started, you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Good. I'm a student at the Technology Institute of Victoria City and graduate in 2013 and have especially in the quality and managing. I have been working on the quality area of the company Sony for 4 years. I have 4 years of experience in the quality area because of my time at Sony. I have a lot of experience in providing customer quality.
That's great. Can you tell me how you hear about this position?
Of course, thanks. To visit a whole page which is I manage to finish of all the position in the company.
Okay. What attracted you to our company?
First of all, the work says there are very accessible. Since I will be able to spend time with my family, which is most important thing. Also there was for working on the what in the what they comment and they themselves with the client.
How good. What would you say is your greatest mistake?
Public relation reads to clients or investors how what they need and how to meet their need with after the company with which I work.
That's very good. What would you consider your greatest weakness?
I am very clear that with the new application of my mobile and my computer programs, it's doing not good me and the need to remember as me apartment.
Very interesting. Okay, well I got everything I need. You have doubts about this position.
No, everything is clear.
Very good. Okay, that's great. Thanks so much for coming, Amy. It's great to meet you. I hope you catch in the next 3 days.
I happy went for the cause. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
Stay same.